Welcome back, everybody. It's been probably a week or two since I've played Dredge. I know for you it's been going on a regular schedule, but I've been preloading and pre-scheduling these, so you'll have to bear with me as I refamiliarize myself with some of these controls. Having said that, I've decided we need to advance the main story, so that's what we're going to do. It looks like there might be some main story down there, but I know I got a crab pot down here to get that, so I'm going to get that. I'm going to go from there. Main story I think was for pursuits. I have found the music box, then I need to go to the stellar basement. While I'm doing that, I need to be looking out for these for the traveling merchant and doing the rotting eel task, and that's over in that other area at night, if I remember correctly. So let's get on it. Let's go. Teleport yourself back to where it all began. Maybe later? That must have been what I got from the other guy. I don't need that right now. I need my crab pot, because I'm cheap. I want it. I want to have to pay for another. Also, don't necessarily hold me to this literally, but in a guideline sense, I am going to do my best to keep these videos to around about a half an hour as opposed to the hour that was recommended by some people that I really respect and look up to, just because it's easier for people to digest a half an hour segment rather than an hour, and that makes total and perfect sense. So hopefully we'll get to some good stuff in this half hour, because I am recording everything. I might end up speeding up some gameplay. It'll just kind of depend. Yeah, I am recording everything. It's all going up. So if anyone else wants to follow along or do something similar, use this as a guide, they can. Or that way also people can just see how much work can go into some of these games. Lovely. Sell these things, and then let's be real risky and head back today. It took basically all day to get over here. I'm a fish market though. $95 is not too bad. Alright. Let's go before I decide I want to stay and be safe. We've been playing it really very safe, and that needs to end. Is that my lighthouse? That is my lighthouse. Okay. We're not going to get back before nightfall, but maybe we can get back before madness. We'll see. There's color on the wind. I don't know if that is important or not. was a trophy for hearing a foghorn. Didn't realize that was gonna mean getting beat up by a whatchamacallit, but there you go. Thankfully it's gone. I wonder why there were all these ships out here. They're not. I'm just nuts. Huh, there was a rock there. I really didn't see that. Oh, it's because it popped up on me. Well, let's see if I ended up in negative money after all of my adventuring. Made just under $200. How much is it going to cost to fix it all? Okay, lost half my money. But I have half of my money. That's the way we're going to look at this. Put you in storage. Put you in storage. You I can sell, but not right now. Put you in storage. And sleep. And let's go to the next place. Actually, if I'm not mistaken. Ugh, they're lovely. Folds of worn tissue tower from its head. Scything wings administer the structure. Yeah, if I remember correctly from the map, I'm gonna head south and west. So let's do that after I catch whatever this is, because I'm addicted to fishing. Which is probably good in a game about fishing. At some point, I'm probably going to have to actually look up a guide on what to do. But it is not yet that point. I'm enjoying kind of just blind playthrough. If you know of something I should be doing, let me know. Utilize those comments. Other side of this thing, pretty much straight. I think I see some boats down there in the fog. Spyglass. That's abyssal. Okay, well I don't have anything for abyssal. Coastal, but I don't know what that is yet, so let's get it. Let's discover a fish. Kinda looking for mangrove. Nice. Snapper. That's not been added. I guess we just kind of head in between these two land masses here, these two islands or peninsulas or whatever. It's looking like we're getting into some shallow water. Don't know what that is, but it's dredge points. Terribly interested in dredge points right now. Creepy. I don't know that I like it, but it could be the theme for the whole game. We've added a letter. We'll get to that letter. Is this the trader right here? one's easiest dredge. Nice. Broken spectacles. Not the trader. The laboratory is in ruins with equipment and research papers strewn about the place. Where do you look? Open the cupboards. You check the cupboards. Glad I checked the cupboards. You empty the cupboards. Where do you look? Inspect the table. There are some strange looking prototype parts on the table, but you can't see any use for them right now. On the other side of the table, you find a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "Not safe. Expect retaliation imminently. Evacuate to fort." Where do you want to look? The fort or the floor? You look around on the floor. There are cracks in the base of the structure that grow to large gashes as you follow them along the walls. Something extremely large and powerful created these holes. You slowly reach your arm into one. Well, that was smart because I didn't lose my arm, but that was dumb. Pluck an item from the gouge in the floor. Where do you want to look? Nowhere. Go away. Generator. An old generator sputters and ticks over. Okay. What can I do with my two? Mangrove shallows, volcanic. Anti-tangle line. Fishing speed 55%. Oh, this does all of them. Think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coastal, shallow, mangrove. Yeah. Everything but oceanic. But I don't think I've had a... Okay. And then these look like they're just totally separate. Interesting. I guess for now. Well, but decisions. Let's get the one that we can get. Can I not get you yet? I'm not allowed to get you yet. Okay. Well, that made my decision for me. There we go. Got a thing there and a thing over there. Very nervous about the... Oh no. We're going around. Very nervous about being over here at night. I swear that is an octopus. It is. Come on, safety. Jellyfish. Bioluminescence. You're the traitor. Thank goodness. What was that swirling over here? Oh, that's the bad swirling. We don't want that swirling. Put in a dock. Fish market. Sell. Good. Nothing. I need a cloth and a wood. All that stuff. I might do that stuff off camera or sped up. To get oceanic right now, but I will need trolling nets. Alright, so that rod I'm working on will replace both of these. Nothing to repair. Alright, good night. If you don't look at the creeping existential horror behind you, it won't come after you. that's how that works. I've not written in a few days. I've been afflicted with some strange chill which conspires to fog my brain. I cannot seem to keep warm no matter what I do. The ink has run from some lines here. They are illegible. Well, most of what they held was junk. They eventually came up with a large wooden casket. A hush fell over the crowd at such a tantalizing discovery, and I remember the next moments with excruciating clarity. He pried it open easily. The buckling boards cracked and groaned with relief as they splintered apart. Crimson cloth spilled out onto the deck. The crashing waves rose to fill my ears. I hear them still. He stared down into the open casket. He turned to me. In his eyes, I saw the void. The page has been torn off here. What do you want to bet it was him? Dun dun dun. Snapper, a very popular eating fish, often found hanging around rocky coastal waters and reefs. Yeah, it's pretty popular where I live, too. They sell for $13 whole. Alright, we need to go basically north. And avoid that giant hole for now. I know they're going to make me go over it. I know it's going to be awful. You're cool. The coral grouper, commonly found hovering above offshore reefs. This large fish ambushes smaller fish that dare to leave the protection of the coral. Grouper! Turn off our lights. Don't need to be running out those batteries. That'll be another grouper. Yeah, sure, we'll put the ring right there. That's wood. I don't know that I need wood right now. I don't need anything right now other than to advance the plot, Matt. Advance the plot. But that's a new fish. Other evasive, Matt. I like new fish. Barracuda. It's a true story. On my senior trip, I went snorkeling, and I was down there having fun, minding my own business, and then I looked to the side, and there was a barracuda, not terribly far from me. I mean, it swam off. It wasn't like all that, but they're kind of scary when you're in their element. All you see is teeth. The Old Fortress. Hello. I wasn't expecting a visitor. Who are you? I'm a fisherman. Ah, yes, you had the look, but a fisherman all the way out here? Strange. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you just the same. I've not seen another soul in months. In fact, I could do with your help if you have time. Sure. I need help collecting samples to study. Originally posted at the research outpost on the interior of the basin, but it was attacked. A large creature emerged from the depths and destroyed the outpost and now rests in the center of the basin. Yeah, I saw him. You're gonna make me go play with it, aren't you? I fled here and have been making do as best I can, but I have to leave most of my equipment behind. So now research has come to a halt. Take a look at the list of specimens I need. Please drop them off here. You might need to experiment with different fishing strategies to collect them all. A jellyfish, an octopus, and a squid. Coastal, shallow, coastal. Dredge nets, crab pots, fishing. Okay, sure. Anything else? Okay, that's just doesn't give me more info. I don't think there's much to say. I studied biological sciences at Iron Haven College. It was a struggle. There is no other female students in the department that year, or the year before, or the year before that. It's hard not to feel like an outsider in an environment like that, you know? No, you probably don't. Yeah, I don't feel like an outsider at all. This is literally where I grew up. Not at all where I washed ashore and am being held prisoner. When I graduated, I managed to land a job in the Northern Biological Research Society, and then I was posted here, by myself. I thought I would relish the peace and quiet, but I miss having company. I've always had someone, at least a pet. Out here, it's just machines. Is there anything else? Nope, I don't care. I just don't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't care. There's this Barracuda. We're engaged. He sailed us over to the very center of Stellar Basin to see the lights. We talked for hours, something we have not done in a long time. Waiting and hoping. Some time passed. As we were growing delirious and hysterical from the lack of sleep, the aurora shimmered into the skies above. We turned to see his reaction. He was already down on one knee. I cannot even remember what he said or what I said, but I know that I said yes. So you do remember what you said. The ring is beautiful, with a span of jewels going right the way around. I cannot take my eye off of it. P.S. I was not sure whether to write this under yesterday's date or today's, given that it occurred at the conjunction of days, but I feel the news is significant enough to warrant spanning multiple entries. Yeah, that's your ring I found, isn't it? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the X. I don't wanna. This will be her ring. It's closer to the hole. Lot of wedding rings. It's turning red. Red is probably bad, right? Yeah, red is bad. How? Red was bad. Bad red. I got one. I'm on fire. That's not good. Everything is broken. That's not good. And then we sleep, and then we figure out how to get to that X. By get to that X, I mean catch an aberrant version of a coral grouper. Naturally. Consumed grouper. Does anyone know, are you ever going to have enough time to have everything you need on your ship, or are you always going to have to switch things in and out? Meaning I don't have room for a trawl net. One dazzling skin, now bleached and eroded, barely resists, relieved at its final end. Goodbye. Alright. Something tells me this is a bad idea. It can hit me while I'm pulling stuff up. You can die. Load last save. Okay. Away we go. Teleport yourself back to where it all began. I want haste. I think. Wow, it still hit me. It still hit me. Alright. That's not the ticket. Pursuits. Find the ring. Okay, it's a ring. It's gonna be around the edge here. The game dev, I would make it so that it was the last one you got, no matter what you did. Let's see if they're mean. All right. On that depressing note, I'm going to end it here for the week. I'm going to pick up my shattered pride, and I'm going to come back and be victorious. Just you wait and see. You guys have been great. Please like, please subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I will see you on the next one.